Hello, VC, and welcome everyone. It's 16 degrees below zero out there today, so I'm not going anywhere. But luckily, yesterday, it was only 5 below, so I went down to the record store, and I got a few things. Not a lot, but some killer stuff. Starting with Alice Cooper, From the Inside. Now, this came out November of 1978, immediately after Alice was released from a mental health facility where he had done some time trying to kick his addiction to alcohol. Now, this is a concept record. He brought in Bernie Taupin to help him with the lyrics. It's a concept record about all the people he met while he was in the asylum, like Nurse Rosetta. And I really like this right here. Check this out. In the quiet room, Alice has got a message on the door for Keith Moon. Thought that's really cool. I saw Cosmic Brian show his copy of this a couple of weeks ago, and I was green with envy. So glad my friend Bill found one of these down at the record store in great shape. Check this out. I love this too. The back door. It's tough to find this in good shape. Of course, this has How You Gonna See Me Now on it, which was a hit. But this was Alice Cooper in 1978. And I saw him in June of 79 at the El Paso County Coliseum. He came through on the Madhouse Rock tour, and this is what that show looked like. Monsters. He had guillotines. He had the gallows. He had dancing girls, gangsters. It was just a fantastic night. He even had a big video screen behind the stage that was showing a movie, and he could run through the screen, become part of the movie. He'd push over an old man in a wheelchair. They'd roll out of the screen and onto the stage. It was one of the most incredible shows I've seen to this day. And we were so excited about it. And then the following year in April, Alice released his next record, Flush the Fashion. And he came back to El Paso in June. And I took all my friends. I said, we got to go. You're going to love this Alice Cooper show. It's the most amazing thing you've ever seen. And I explained everything to him. I took about 3 or 4 of my friends. And when the curtain dropped, boom, that's what we got. A sparse stage with a chain link fence running all the way around it. Alice and his band members dressed up like Green Berets, and we didn't know what to think. This has some good songs on it. We're All Clones and Dance Yourself to Death and Pain. Of course, this was the first of his blackout period albums. He made 4 that he cannot remember making. Flush the Fashion, Special Forces, Zipper Catches Skin, and Dada. And I really enjoy Flush the Fashion and Special Forces. Now this one I picked up, like I said, yesterday. Brand new. I got it for 21 bucks. Was kind of shocking. I love this little rhino sticker. Back to the 80s. And this comes on some pretty cool green swirl vinyl. That's pretty cool. But this is what Alice Cooper looked like that night. Thin, out of shape, in terrible shape. Good for him. He discovered one of his dancers named Cheryl. Her name's now Cheryl Cooper, and she saved his life. She got him sober, and he says once he got sober, he was tired of playing the victim and wanted to play the victor, and changed his show up quite a bit. And I've seen him many times over the years, but the last time I saw him was August 30th, 2018, and that was the night before this record came out. A Paranormal Evening with Alice Cooper, live at the Olympia in Paris. This, friends, is my favorite Alice Cooper record. I think Alice Cooper live is the way he needs to be heard. This has his best band ever. Ryan Roxie, Nita Strauss on guitar, along with Tommy Henriksen. This also has all the hits. Under My Wheels, Be My Frankenstein, Feed My Frankenstein, School's Out, The Ballad of Dwight Fry, Only Women Bleed. And when you go see an Alice Cooper show, it's like a play. For the first half, 3/4 of the show, he just melts your face off with hard rockin' songs. And then when we get down to around when Only Women Bleed, or The Ballad of Dwight Fry, or Killer, Alice commits a crime. And he usually stabs Nurse Rosetta and kills her. So then Alice has to pay. And we either take him to the gallows. I've seen him be electrocuted. And the last time I saw him, we cut his head off in the guillotine. It was just amazing. And I was so close, friends, up at the Ordway Theater in St. Paul, that when he did $1 Billion Babies and started waving around his sword, I caught 3 of these off his sword. I could have picked up more off the floor, but I was busy watching the show. I also caught guitar picks from every one of his guitar players. One from Ryan Roxie. Caught one from Hurricane Nita Strauss. And I was right beneath Tommy Henriksen. I caught 3 from him. Now, Tommy Henriksen, along with Johnny Depp, is Alice Cooper's other guitar player in the Hollywood Vampires. Now, the Hollywood Vampires will be adding a Jeff Beck tune to their set list, because that's how you get into the Hollywood Vampires set list. You have to die. So that's what I've got for Alice Cooper for you, friends. I also picked up another killer record. I had this before, but it was warped, so I traded it in. Nazareth, Snaz. This, in my opinion, is Nazareth's second best record. Only bested by Hair of the Dog. Of course, Hair of the Dog is a must-have. It's just chock full of great songs. Please Don't Judas Me, Whiskey Drinking Woman, Rose in the Heather, Love Hurts, Hair of the Dog, Beggar's Day. Top to bottom, totally strong album. Belongs in everybody's collection, in my opinion. But some other Nazareth albums can be a little spotty. So that's where this comes in. Live, 1980. All their best hits. Expect No Mercy, Dress to Kill, Cocaine, Java Blues, Holiday. Of course, Love Hurts and Hair of the Dog. And the reason this record's so good, and they just added a keyboard player. And he adds stuff to all those songs and makes them sound so good live. I saw him on this tour in 1980. There's Dan McCaffrey, Manny Charlton, Rockin' Paradise Boys. And like I said, I saw him on this tour in 1980. And they added John Locke, this keyboard player. And in my opinion, friends, it makes this record well worth having. It's a great listen all the way through. Nazareth, Snaz. And next up, to show that I'm still making rookie mistakes, my wife wanted me to pick her up a copy of Vital Signs by Survivor, because she had this record, I guess, back in the day. It's got some good songs on it. Jimmy Jamison's voice is amazing. 3 top 10 hits on here, and not a bad record at all. So I picked that up for my wife, and here's where the mistake part came in. I saw this one behind it, and I thought to myself, man, that looks like Kim Basinger. I like the cover so much that I bought it. A blind buy. This is Survivor's debut record. Now, Jim Peterick is the founder of Survivor. He was in the Ides of March was the band where he came from. He is a guitar player, songwriter extraordinaire. He's written hits for everybody, 38 Special, Dennis DeYoung. But on Survivor's debut album, no such luck. They were going to put the song Rockin' Into the Night on here that Jim wrote, but they thought it was a little too southern. So they gave it to 38 Special, and they had a big hit with it. But there were no hits on this record. And so I learned, you don't win them all. And it kind of reminds me of what my father told me. He told me, you win some, you lose some get rained out. But you got to suit up for them all. Thank you for watching, friends. A special thank you to everyone who comments, likes, all my subscribers. I hope you have a wonderful week.